Now please see the next question, sir. Again a very good question which is based on aeroplanes. We have already solved a couple of questions. This is the third question which is based on aeroplane. Now see here, very good question. The angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point on the ground is 60 degrees. That means there is a point on the ground. This point I will call it as point C, right? You can name any point whatever you like. The angle of elevation of an aeroplane. There is an aeroplane somewhere which is flying here. I will name that point as A. The angle of elevation of an aeroplane from the point on the ground is 60 degrees. That means I will draw a horizontal line. This particular angle of elevation, it is mentioned in the question as 60 degrees. This is your step number 1. After 15 seconds flight, that means this aeroplane is at point A right now. It kept on moving in this direction like this, and after 15 seconds, assume that it is at point D, right? This time taken from A to D, it is given in the question as 15 seconds. Time taken to travel from A to D is given in the question as 15 seconds. After 15 seconds of flight, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. That means this particular angle, it is mentioned in the question as 30 degrees. I believe that the idea is very clear for you people. If I drop a perpendicular here, this is 90 degrees. Similarly, if I drop a perpendicular here, this is again 90 degrees with respect to the level ground. Now, what is the other thing which is given, sir? If the aeroplane is flying at a height of 1500 root 3 meters, that means the height of aeroplane, if I call this as B, if I call this as E, that means EB, sorry, not EB, sir, it is ED value or AB value. It is given in the question as the height is given as 1500 root 3, right? 1500 root 3. Find the speed of the aeroplane. I need to find the speed of that aeroplane. Now, at what speed that aeroplane is traveling is what I need to find in this question. Now see here, do not take tan 30, tan 60, all those things like the way you solve by using textbook method, by using method 1. Let us change the way we look at an aptitude problem. Now, if I take the bigger triangle I am referring to as triangle DEC. This is the triangle what I am referring to. In this particular triangle, this is 30 degrees. This angle is given as 30 degrees. Angle E is 90 degrees. So angle D should be how much? It should be 60 degrees. And we know the ratio of sides for 30, 60 and 90. Side which is opposite to 30 degree. If I assume it as 1 unit, that means entire DE value I will assume it as 1 unit. If I assume the side opposite to 30 degree as 1 unit, then the side opposite to 60 degrees, side opposite to 60 is nothing but EC. That will be root 3 units, right? That will be root 3 units. I believe that you are able to understand. EC is nothing but root 3 units. But according to my assumption, side opposite to 30, that is nothing but DE. According to my assumption, DE value is 1 unit. But according to the question, DE is given in the question as 1500 root 3 units. According to my assumption, it is 1. According to question, it is 1500 root 3. 1 should become 1500 root 3. 1 into which number is 1500 root 3? 1 into 1500 root 3 is 1500 root 3. That means this root 3 value also should be multiplied by 1500 root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. 1500 into 3 is 4500. That means the entire value of E to C, the entire EC value, the length of EC is nothing but 4500 meter. I believe this part is very clear for you people. Now this entire value is 4500 people. If I continue further, there is another smaller triangle. That smaller triangle is nothing but triangle ABC. In this the angle is 60 degrees. If this is 60 and if this is 90, this should be remaining 30 degrees, right? This should be remaining 30 degrees. But according to the 30, 60, 90, triangle theory. If the side opposite to 30 degree, if I assume it as 1 unit, the side opposite to 60 will become root 3 units. But we already know that AB value is not root 3 unit. AB value is already given in the question as 1500 root 3. Root 3 should become 1500 root 3. Multiply that root 3 by 1500. 1 also multiply by 1500. That means entire E to C, the value from E to C is 4500. The value from B to C is 1500. That means the value from E to B is remaining 3000. 4500 minus 1500 is 3000. That means EB distance is 3000. Time taken from A to D or from E to B or from B to E is 15 seconds. Speed is what they are asking. Speed is nothing but distance by time. Distance taken to travel from A to D, it is nothing but distance travelled is 3000 meters. Time is 15 seconds. 3000 by 15 is 200 meters per second. You do not need anything which is given in textbook like apply tan 30. Tan 30 is opposite by hypotenuse. Adjacent opposite is nothing but DE. Adjacent is EC, and then substitute tan 30 value as 1 by root 3. I am already substituting 1 by root 3 in the diagram, sir. That is what I am trying to say. That 1 by root 3 is already substituted in diagram itself. That means the opposite of 30 is 1. Opposite of 60 is root 3. I already substituted, right? Why do you want to write all those unnecessary extra steps and waste your time in the examination? Kill that methodology, apply this methodology. I believe that the idea is very, very clear for you people. Next, question number 21. Question number 21. Listen to this carefully, sir. Listen to this 21st question. The shadow of a tower becomes 60 meters longer when the altitude of sun changes from 45 degrees to 30 degrees. That means there is a tower. This tower I will call it as tower is AB, right? AB is the tower. Diagram is not drawn to the scale. It is not a straight line. Please assume it as a straight line, sir. Now, this is the tower AB. Now, they are saying that the shadow of a tower becomes 60 meters longer. That means this is the shadow of a tower. Initially, this is the shadow of a tower. This point I will call it as BD, right? At this point I will call it as D. Now, the shadow of a tower becomes 60 meters longer. When it will become 60 meters longer, when the altitude of the sun changes from 45 degrees to 30 degrees. That means altitude of the sun, initially it is 45 degrees. Initially it was 45 degrees. That means it does not mean that sun is sitting on the top of the tower. It only means that sun is somewhere here. From this point, the rays of sun is passing through the top of the tower. That is the meaning of it. In fact, this was my second question, if I remember right, which I solved in heights and distances. Don't think that sun is on the top of the tower itself. The rays of the sun is passing through the top of the tower at an angle of elevation or a depression of 45 degrees. That is the meaning. Now, the sun angle of depression, it will change from 45 to 30 degrees. Because it is changing from 45 to 30 degrees, the shadow of the tower becomes 60 meters longer. That means earlier the shadow was only BD. Now the shadow will extend. It will extend to DC. And this DC value, this is extra 60 meters according to the question. And the angle of depression of the sun, it becomes now 30 degrees. This is the meaning of the question. I believe that you are able to understand the meaning of the question. Then find the height of the tower. This particular height AB is what I am interested in finding in this question. Now listen carefully, sir. Same logic like the way I solved my previous questions by using method 2, which is considered as the best method in solving heights and distances. I will apply the same method once again, sir. Now if I apply the same method, this if I take, there is a triangle called as triangle ABD. In this triangle, this is 45 degrees, this is 90 degrees, so this should be 45 degrees. We know the ratio, side ratios of triangle 45, 45, 90. It says that opposite side of 45, if it is assumed as 1 unit, opposite side of this 45 will also be 1 unit. Now that is for smaller triangle. Similarly, if I go for bigger triangle ABC, the angle is 30 degrees. If this is 30, this entire angle will become 60 degrees. That means opposite to 30 if I assume as 1 unit. But here also already 1 unit is given. So there is no harm in this particular question. There is no need of converting this into some other value. Opposite to 30 if it is 1. Already 1 is present there. So no headache, sir. If opposite to 30 is 1, then opposite to 60, the side will be root 3. The side opposite to 60 is BC. This entire value will become root 3. Entire BC value is root 3. That means according to my assumption, BD value is 1. Entire BC value is root 3. That means DC value according to my assumption is root 3 minus 1. That means I can easily find out like this, saying as according to my assumption DC value is root 3 minus 1, but according to the question DC value is 60 meters. It is 60 meters. Similarly, according to my assumption, AB value is, AB is nothing but the height of the tower which we are finding. So AB value is according to the assumption, it is 1 unit. According to the question, they are asking you how many unit. Root 3 minus 1 should become 1. Root 3 minus 1 divided by which number is 1? Root 3 minus 1 divided by root 3 minus 1 is nothing but 1. 60 also divided by root 3 minus 1. So answer for your question is 60 divided by root 3 minus 1. But I do not like to keep the third in the denominator. Rationalize and simplify. You will get the answer. Denominator is a minus b into a plus b. It is 3 minus 1. Eventually it becomes 2. 60 into root 3 plus 1 divided by 2. Finally your answer will become 30 times of root 3 plus 1. I believe that it is very, very clear for you, sir. I hope this beautiful method of using ratios concept and this beautiful method of using proportional concept is very clear for you, rather than applying tan 30, tan 45, tan 60 and wasting your time in the examination. Now, this is the question what we have solved. You will understand the beauty even more about method 2 when you see the next question, sir. How simple it becomes when you see the next question. Excuse me, sir, I am sorry. See this next question, sir. Next question, if you observe, a vertical post 15 meter high is broken at a certain height. That means there is a vertical post. I will call this vertical post as BC. This entire BC value is 15 meters high. Is broken at a certain height. This is broken at this point, for example. That broken part I will call it as AB. Right? Broken, or the point at which it broke, I will call it as AB. Next. The point I will call it as A. Okay, next. And its upper part is nothing but AC. Upper part not completely separated. It is not completely removed off. It is not completely separated. It meets the ground at an angle of 30 degree. This is the ground. I will name this ground as C. Okay, I will name this ground. Initially, let it be like that. That is the ground. Now, that upper part which is not completely separated from that vertical post, this will come off like that, and it will come like this, and it will meet the ground at an angle of 30 degrees. Right, at an angle of 30 degrees. The same AC, whatever I have written in the upper part, it will come like this, and it will meet the ground at an angle of 30 degree. Find the height at which the post is broken. Find the height at which the post is broken. That means AB value, this particular height at which the post is broken. This AB value is what we are interested in finding in this question. AB is what we need to find. Now think little logically, sir. Can I say that the vertical post is given as 15 meter high according to the question? What is the vertical post totally? Vertical post totally is nothing but vertical post totally is this AB is also a vertical post and this AC is also a vertical post. The same AC is broken and it is coming like this to meet the ground right now. So AB plus AC totally is nothing but vertical post. Now think little logically, you will get the answer within seconds. Can I say that this is 30, this is 90, the remaining angle A should be 60 degrees, right? This should be 60 degrees. Now if I think like this, opposite to 30, opposite to 30 if it is 1 unit, then opposite to 60 will become root 3 units, opposite to 90 will become 2 units, because in a 30, 60, 90 triangle it is 1 is to root 3 is to 2, that is the side ratio. Opposite to 90 is 2 units. That means according to my assumption, the vertical post height is AB value is 1 unit and AC value is 2 units. That means according to my assumption, vertical post height, the height of vertical post according to my assumption is 1 unit plus 2 units. It is 3 units. According to my assumption, it is 3 units. According to the question, it is 15 units. 3 should become 15. Multiply by 5. Similarly, question is find the height at which the post is broken. The height at which the post is broken is AB. According to my assumption, AB value is 1. They are asking you how much according to the question. That also multiply by 5. Answer is 5 feet. Where is the question of using tan 30 or sin 30 or cos 30 or whatever it is? It really does not matter, sir. It really is not needed for you to solve that by using that kind of methodology. Easily by using this kind of 30, 60, 90 triangle, 45, 45, 90 triangle, you can easily solve questions in the most beautiful way. I hope the idea is very, very clear for you people. Please see the next question, sir. Your next question says, a man 6 feet tall casts a shadow 4 feet long. There is a man. The man, I will represent it as AB. The height of the man, I will represent it as AB. It is given in the question as 6 feet tall. He will cast a shadow 4 feet long. The shadow is 4 feet long. The shadow is BC. Now, this shadow, that other tip of the shadow is making an angle of theta, for example. It is not given in the question as theta. I am just taking as theta. This is for man. Now this is for man. Next, there is another condition given. At the same time also means in this condition that, please remember, at the same time it also means that, same time means it is making the same angle theta. It is making the same angle theta. That is the meaning. Although that is not mentioned in the question that it is making the same angle theta in my next upcoming statement. It means that at the same time means it is under same scenarios. That is the meaning of it. At the same time, when a flagpole casts a shadow of 50 meter long, the height of the flagpole is how much? That means this diagram is for man. There is another diagram which is now written for flagpole. The flagpole, I will call it as DE. This is the height of a flagpole. It is casting a shadow of 50 meter long. Shadow, I will call it as EF. This value is given as 50 meter. This is for flagpole. Every time we were writing two diagrams in one bigger diagram itself. Now I am writing two different diagrams for two individual activities. Now at the same time, as I said, this is 90 degrees, this also is 90 degrees, same time also represents the same scenarios. So this is again making theta. Height of the flagpole, DE value is what they are asking. Simple logic, sir. According to the man, this particular value BC is 4. That means the shadow is 4. According to the flagpole, it is 50. 4 is becoming 50. 4 into which number is 50? 4 into 12.5 is 50. They are asking DE value. According to the man, AB value is 6. This 6 also multiplied by 12.5. 6 into 12.5. 12 into 6 is 72. 12 into 0.5 into 6 is 3. It is 75 meters or 75 feet. Answer for this question is 75 feet. Very easily you can solve this kind of questions. So it does not require that you need to take similarities, write all those things in a neat fashion and then simplify it. Easily you can compare that base with the base, height with height, hypotenuse with hypotenuse, with that proportionately multiplying factor and get the answer so soon. I believe that the answer idea is very clear for you people, sir. Next question. Again a very good question, sir. All these are extremely good questions for your examination. Examination point of view, these all questions serves as a very important question. Now see here, your question is, there are two temples, one on each bank of the river, just opposite to each other. That means there is a bank of river, there is a river. First of all, I will call this river as BC. B is one of the bank of the river, C is the other bank of the river. There are two temples. First temple, I will represent it as AB. This is the first temple. And there is another temple, I will represent it as DC. These are on the two banks of the river, just opposite to each other. One temple is 54 meter high. According to the question, this particular value is given as 54 meter. According to the question, it is given as 54. Find out according to ratio or your assumption. Finally convert according to question. You know it already. Next, from the top of this temple, which you are considering as 54 meter, that means from A, the angles of depression of the top and foot of the other temple are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively. Angle of depression of the top of other temple. So this particular angle is 30 degrees. Or in other words, this particular angle is 30 degrees. Next, the angle of depression of the foot of the other temple, this particular angle is 60, or in other words, this is given in the question as 60 degrees. The length of the other temple is how much? That means this DC or CD value, please find it, or CD is absolutely equal to EB value. Find out the value of EB or find out the value of CD. That is the question. Now see here, sir. Again, let us not use all those tan 30, tan 60 and waste our time. This is 90 degrees. This also is 90 degrees. Same analogy I will implement. If I take this smaller triangle AED, in this particular smaller triangle, opposite to 30, if I assume it as 1, opposite to 30, if I assume it as 1, so that means opposite to 30 is which side? AE. AE if I assume it as 1, then opposite to 60, that is nothing but, if this is 30, this entire thing is 60. Opposite to 60 is ED. ED will become root 3 unit. ED is absolutely same as BC. Both are 100% same, right? So BC or ED is root 3 according to the assumption. Similarly, there is another bigger triangle. This bigger triangle is nothing but this particular triangle ABC. ABC is, this is 60, this is 90. So this particular angle will serve as 30 degrees. Now opposite to 30 is, it is nothing but 1 unit according to my assumption. That means it's a 30, 60, 90 degree triangle. According to the side ratio, opposite to 30 should be 1, then opposite to 60 should be root 3. But opposite to this 30, that is nothing but BC value, it is already fixed here as root 3. So you also make some necessary arrangements. 1 should become root 3, multiply by root 3. Root 3 also multiply by root 3. Root 3 into root 3 is 3. That means opposite to 30, if it is 1, then opposite to 60 is nothing but root 3. It can be also said in a different language as, if opposite to 30 is root 3, if opposite to 30 is root 3, then opposite to 60 will be 3. Both are absolutely same statement, sir. Do not worry about it. Opposite to 60 is nothing but entire AB value. Entire AB value according to my assumption is how much? It is 3 units. That means, can I say that out of total AB value being 3 units, if AE value is 1 unit, out of total AB3, if AE is 1, so EB should be remaining 2. EB should be remaining 2. That means, in simple language, very beautifully I can say that according to my assumption, AB value is 3. According to my assumption, AB is 3. But according to the question, AB is given in the question as 54. 3 should become 54. Multiply by 18. Similarly, according to my assumption, EB value which we want to find in the question, EB value according to my assumption is 2 units. According to the question, how much they are asking, that also multiply by 18. 2 into 18 is 36. Answer is option B. Simple, easiest way of solving problem. In fact, I am telling you, sir, I told you in my previous problems also, there is no need for you to write this and waste your time in the exam. I wrote it for your understanding. I wrote it for my explanation for your better understanding. If it is 1, then 60 opposite will be root 3. But opposite to 30 is already fixed as root 3. So make some necessary arrangement by finding the multiplying factor. Proportionately multiply opposite to 60 also by the same multiplying factor. Simple, right? Why do you want to have so much of headaches in solving as tan 30, tan 60? I really don't find that method to be so useful in your examination. By creating equation, solving 2 equations and getting the value of one variable, back substituting in one of the equation to get the value of other variable. Kindly eliminate, kindly throw it away, all those methods to dustbin. Let us follow Swachh Bharat methods or approach in our problem solving, sir. I hope the idea is clear for you. Next question. If the angle of elevation of a balloon from 2 consecutive kilometer stones, that means there is a stone here at point C, there is another stone here which is consecutive to it, that means in between C and D there is another stone called as D. In between C and D, definitely there is no stone. These two are consecutive, these two are next to each other, and it is given that it is 2 consecutive kilometer stone. That means this CD value is given in the question as 1 kilometer. The distance between C and D is 1 kilometer, and there is no other stone in between C and D. That is the meaning of it. The angle of elevation of a balloon from 2 consecutive kilometer stone along a road. There is a road. This is the road. I will name this point as A. This entire thing is the road ACD. ACD is a road, are 30 degree and 60 degree respectively. First of all, there is some balloon which is flying here. Balloon will start with B, so I will represent it as B in this question. This vertical line I will draw it. So angle of elevation of two consecutive kilometer stone from the balloon, it is given as 30 degrees. This is 30 degrees and this angle is 60 degrees. Now this is 30 degrees, this angle is 60 degrees. Now you might get a doubt, sir, why are you representing BD as 30 and this point C as 60? Why can't you reverse it? Why can't you take this angle as 30 degrees and this angle as 60 degrees? I already told you, sir, whenever in my first introduction part itself I told it very clearly, whenever you are moving towards the object here is balloon, whenever you are moving towards the object, the angle of elevation will increase. That means earlier object was this was the object which is at point B and there is a point D. Earlier it was making an angle of 30 degrees. As you move towards the object, you are coming towards this B right now, the angle of elevation will increase. So it cannot be 30 here and 60 here. It should be in the way it has written right now. It is written right now. I believe that the idea is clear. Then the height of the balloon above the ground will be. That means in simple language, AB value they are asking. Find the value of AB is what they are asking in the question. Now again same logic, same analogy I will use it. Can I say that if I take this smaller triangle ABC, in smaller triangle ABC, angle A is 90 degrees, angle C is 60, so angle B should be remaining 30 degrees. It should be 30. Opposite to 30, if I assume it as 1, that means if I assume AC value as 1, then opposite to 60, which is nothing but AB, it will be √3 units. Opposite to 30, if it is 1, opposite to 60 will be √3. Same thing I will take it for bigger triangle right now. Bigger triangle is BAD. Opposite, its angle is 30 degrees. This is 30. This is 90. This entire thing is 60 degrees right now. Now, opposite to 30, if it is 1 unit, but it is already given here as √3 units. Opposite to previous question also I solved. Opposite to 30, if it is 1 unit, then opposite to 60, which is AD, it will be √3 units. But opposite to 30 is already fixed here as √3 units. Opposite to 60, that is AD, is nothing but 3 units. I believe you are able to understand. That means according to my assumption, I can say that this entire value from A to D is 3. This entire value from A to C is 1. That means this entire value from C to D is 2 kilometers. According to my assumption, CD value is 2 kilometers. But according to the question, CD value is 1 kilometer. According to my assumption, it is 2. According to the question, it is 1. 2 should become 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. Similarly, according to my assumption, AB, the height of the balloon from the ground, according to my assumption, AB value is √3 units. According to the question, how much they are asking? This also divide by 2. Answer is √3 by 2 units. Simple, √3 by 2 kilometers. That means, in fact, again and again I am saying you the techniques to save your time, sir. Already entire thing writing in diagram is a very, very beautiful approach, saving a lot of time. In that you need not write all these things also in your examination again and waste your time. I wrote it again for your explanation purpose, for your understanding purpose. Simple, here only you can represent. According to my assumption, CD is 2. According to question it is 1. So it is divided by 2. Similarly, all these things should be divided by 2 in that case. It should be 3 by 2, it should be 1 by 2. This also should be root 3 by 2. Simple over answer. So you know, you don't need to write all these things. Why did I write all these things? For your understanding, for your explanation purpose. I keep repeating this statement. I hope the idea is supremely clear for you people. Extremely, it should be very, very clear after listening to the first 25 beautiful questions on heights and distances. I hope it is very, very clear for you people, sir. Next question. Now before solving the next question, I am sure that you know this concept, sir. Suppose there is a triangle. Suppose there is a triangle. Take some triangle of your choice. Suppose there is a triangle. This is a triangle ABC, for example. This is CD. This I will mark it as exterior angle outside the triangle. Exterior angle is nothing but equal to sum of interior angles which are opposite to each other. That means the angle which is adjacent to angle C here, this is nothing but this. Forget about that particular angle, take the other two angles. That means in this case, in triangle ACD, angle ACD is nothing but angle ABC plus angle BAC, right? Angle ABC plus angle BAC. This is nothing but exterior angle property, which I am sure that you all know it. Exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. Sir, why are you discussing this property of triangle right now? Anyway, all our topics are related to triangles itself in heights and distances, that too in precise right angle triangle. Please see this question, you will understand. A tower standing on a horizontal plane subtends a certain angle at a point 160 meter apart from the foot of the tower. That means there is a tower. Let me draw statement by statement. There is a tower which I will call it as AB. A tower standing on a horizontal plane. This is my horizontal plane. I will name this horizontal plane as BD. Subtends a certain angle at a point. This is a point I will assume. I will take that point as D itself. Subtends a certain angle. I don't know what is the angle. I will call that angle as some angle theta at a point 160 meter apart from the foot of the tower. This is the foot of the tower. The point is 160 meter away from that foot of the tower. BD value is given as 160 meter according to the question. Okay, this is clear for me. On advancing 100 meters towards it, towards the tower, right now I am at a point D. I will advance 100 meters towards the tower. That means this particular point I will call it as point C. This value is given as 100 meter. Out of total 160, if CD is 100, BC should be remaining 60. Diagram is not drawn to the scale. You are seeing here that 60 is greater than 100 in this case, right? But it is not the case actually. So diagram is not drawn to the scale. Just take this as it is, right? On advancing 100 meters towards it, the tower is found to subtend an angle twice as before. Earlier it was subtending an angle of theta. Now it will subtend an angle of 2 theta twice as before. This angle is 2 theta. So the height of the tower is how much? What is the height of the tower? AB. AB is what they are asking you in the question. Now see here, sir. Now listen carefully. Simple logic. I told you that exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. Exterior angle is equal to sum of opposite interior angles. Now theta value is given in terms of variable. I don't know the value of theta. I can take theta as 30 degrees, so 2 theta will become 60 degrees. Or I can take theta as 45 degrees, so 2 theta will become 90. But the 2 theta does not look like 90 actually. For a horizontal plane, that is not 90 degrees. In fact, angle B is 90 degrees. Right, angle B is 90. So I will not take any values for theta. Let me solve it in that fashion itself, however it is required. Now whatever it is needed for to solve it, we will solve it. Now if I take this particular triangle ACD, I will take this triangle ACD, sir. If I take triangle ACD, in triangle ACD, can I say that exterior angle for this particular triangle, exterior angle is nothing but this outside angle 2 theta, right? This is the angle which is outside of the triangle. So exterior angle is 2 theta. So 2 theta is nothing but, or let me name that initially for your better understanding. The 2 theta is ACB. Exterior angle is angle ACB. Sum of opposite interior angles. That means ignore this angle C. The other two angles add it. That means this angle is CDA. CDA is one of the angle, plus the other angle is DAC. I hope you are understanding. DAC is another angle. ACB is 2 theta. CDA is theta. DAC I don't know. So DAC will be equal to 2 theta minus theta, which is theta. And the theta is exactly nothing but, it is CDA angle. Angle CDA is also nothing but equal to theta. That means, can I say that this angle is theta, DAC, DAC. This particular angle is also theta. I hope the angle finding is very clear for you. That is the reason I used this exterior angle property. This angle is also theta. What is the meaning of this angle is also theta? Opposite side of this red color theta, if it is 100, opposite side of this black color theta, angle D, will also be 100. That means this hypotenuse for this triangle, AC is 100 right now. I know the hypotenuse AC as 100. I know the other side BC as 60. Can't I find AB value by Pythagoras theorem? Definitely you can find. This is where I used my smartness in finding this particular side, and I got it from this exterior angle property. So easily apply Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem says AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. So AC square is 100 square. AB square I don't know. I will keep it as it is. BC square is 60 square. 100 square is nothing but 10,000. 60 square is 3,600. If I subtract, so AB square will be 10,000 minus 3,600, 6,400. So AB will be square root of 6,400, which is nothing but 80 meters. Easily you can get the answer, and I don't even have to bother about what is the value of theta in this case. Let theta be 1 degree, 2 degree, 30 degree, 32 degrees, 47 degrees, anything for that matter. I don't care. I used a little bit of smartness saying that I know this side. If I know this particular side AC, which is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle ABC, I can easily apply Pythagoras theorem and find the other side AB. That is what I found out, this side AC, by using this property, exterior angle property, and I proved that this triangle ACD is a isosceles triangle, and therefore two angles are equal, two sides also will be equal, and I got the answer very easily. This is where you should practice and you should learn all these beautiful techniques, sir. I believe you are able to understand it. I believe you are able to get the answers very clearly in this fashion. Now, this is one of the question. Similarly to this question where angle is not given, let me take another question which is again beautiful. See this question, sir. Again a beautiful question. from 2 points on the ground lying on a straight line through the foot of a pillar. That means there is a pillar. I will name that pillar as AB. The foot of the pillar is BC. From 2 points on the ground, there are 2 points. The 2 points are C and D. These are lying on a straight line. The straight line is drawn through the foot of the pillar. That is my first statement. The two angles of elevations of top of pillar are complementary to each other. Complementary to each other means the angle of elevation from A to D, if I take it as theta, the angle of elevation from A to C, this should be 90 minus theta. What is the meaning of complementary angles? Complementary angles means sum of two angles should be 90 degrees. I hope you are clear with this. Sum of two angles should be 90 degrees. Those angles are said to be complementary angles. Supplementary angles means sum of the angles should be 180 degrees. Those are supplementary. Complementary is 90. That means if I call this as theta, the other should be 90 minus theta. Then only theta plus 90 minus theta will become 90 degrees. Now, these are the two angles. Read the next statement. If the distance of the 2 points from the foot of the pillar are 9 meters and 16 meters, that means from foot of the pillar, this foot is B. From B to C, it is 9 meters, and from B to D, it is 16 meters. And the 2 points lie on the same side of the pillar. That means first point is here, the other point is not lying here, right? It is not lying here, it is also lying on the same side of the pillar. That means the diagram is perfectly fine. Then the height of the pillar AB is how much? Find the height of the pillar AB. Now see here, this question also is given in such a way that angle theta is not given. If you take theta 30, 90 minus theta will be 90 minus 30, which is 60. If you take theta 45, 90 minus 45 is also 45, and you can take values like that. But whenever the values are given in terms of variables, better is to not to use that method 2, which sometimes might be confusing for you. Rather use method 1, where you will apply tangent or of that particular angle. So if I take the smaller triangle ABC, if I take this particular triangle, tan of 90 minus theta, is opposite by adjacent. Opposite is h, adjacent is 9. So it is h by 9. But tan of 90 minus theta from allied angles is nothing but cot theta. So cot theta is nothing but h by 9. This is my first equation. Similarly, there is another bigger triangle ABD. If I take that triangle ABD, in triangle ABD, angle is theta. Tan theta is nothing but opposite by adjacent. Opposite of theta is h again. Adjacent of theta, it is BD. BD value is given in the question as 16. This is my second equation. Now, equation 1, equation 2 I have. If I multiply these two equations, equation 1 into equation 2 will give me, first equation is left hand side of first equation is cot theta, left hand side of second equation is tan theta, right hand side of first equation is h by 9, right hand side of second equation is h by 16. So cot theta into tan theta is 1. H into h square, 16 into 9 is 144. H square is 144. H value is plus or minus 12. But height cannot be minus 12. So value is h is equal to 12. Very, very easily. In my previous question, I made use of Pythagoras theorem. Here also I am using a similar kind of methodology to find the value of h, and thereby you will get the answer very easily. Whenever angle values are not given, So please try to apply this kind of beautiful techniques so that you will not face any difficulty in problem solving. If the numerical values are given, I have told you very clearly that kindly please apply method 2, which is the best method to solve any questions when the numerical values are given. I hope the idea is very clear for you people.